Welcome to the Fireside Chat for Fitness and Nutrition with Adrienne and Ken. Today we're going to be talking about post-workout meals and also cooling down. Ken, do you want to kick us off with cooling down?
I do. So it's important, after you get done with a really intense workout, that you cool your body down. You get it back down to where you started from. And the reasons, there are a couple of reasons, several reasons. Muscle recovery. So actually stretching makes it so that your muscles are not as sore. DOMS, or delayed onset muscle soreness, is something that occurs 24 to 48 hours after you do an intense workout. If you stretch after the workout, you won't be as sore. So it's important to do that. So you'll want to go back and exercise more. Some people like to feel the being sore afterwards. Some people don't. If you don't like to be sore afterwards, stretching can really benefit you from that. It improves flexibility. So the importance of that is a larger range of motion, makes you more efficient and helps you work your body more and more effectively if you have a larger range of motion, if you're more flexible. So it's important that that range of motion is large, and it improves performance. So that's another reason. It also helps prevent injury. So again, the more flexible you are, the larger range of motion you can go through without worrying about pulling a muscle or tearing a ligament or a tendon. So that's important. And also, it helps to relax the mind and the body. So you want to that relaxation part, because that gets the muscle, the blood flowing back into the muscle, and it helps to recover, get rid of the lactic acid, get rid of waste products, and help oxygen, nutrients back in the muscle, help to build and repair it, and also for the mind as well. Relaxing, get back out of that intense state. It's just stretching is just a nice way to end the workout. And it helps you, want to do it again. Once you go over while you're stretching, you're going over what you did. And okay, I did that. I was really happy about that. This feels good, and it's a good thing. When you stretch, it should never hurt. It should just be a slight pull on the muscle. So it shouldn't be, this is killing me. Well, you're not doing yourself any good. Your favors like that. You just want to be a light stretch, a light pull on the muscle. That's the intensity of it. Okay. I'm going to show you some stretches for almost every part of the body. And Adrienne, if you think of something, be thinking of something, if I don't cover it, that you may want to ask, how do I stretch this? And I'll cover it. So I want to start the chest right here, the chest in the front, the chest and the anterior delta. You just go like this here and just separate your elbows. Just kind of squeeze your shoulder blades back like that. And each stretch is held for 15 to 30 seconds. You can do it multiple times. You cannot stretch too much. You can stretch every day. You can stretch multiple times a day. Unlike strength training, where you're supposed to do it every other day or 24 to 48 hours before, actually 48 hours in between each session. You can stretch every day. I don't want to say all the time, but quite a bit. You really literally can't stretch too much. So that's for the chest. The back, the upper back would be interlace your fingers, or you can go like this or like this, depending on how flexible your hands are. You go and just press your hands forward like this. So you're pressing your shoulders forward. You're doing what's called a shoulder girdle protraction. You're stretching the muscles in between your shoulder blades. Another stretch would be stretching the back part of your deltoid. You're just going to go like this and just kind of pull your hand, your elbow into your chest, and that's going to feel really nice. It's going to be really nice back in here. Okay. So the tricep, which is the upper part of the back of the upper arm, it's going to look like this here, and just pull it back like that. And you're just going to hold. And that's going to stretch this part right here. The bicep, or the front part of the upper arm, is just going to you're going to go ahead and extend your arms back behind you with your palms facing away from you, and make sure that you don't lower your head or drop your chest down. Keep your chest lifted and just raise it back to the back, and you'll feel this stretch right in here. Let's go with hamstrings. Hamstrings are the muscles of the upper leg, the back of the upper leg, and what you're going to do is you're going to step forward with one foot, and you're just going to bend forward at the hips, keeping this knee straight, almost relatively straight. And you're going to feel this stretch until you feel it right here. And you're just going to hold, again, 15 to 30 seconds or so, and then switch sides. The quadricep is the front part of the thigh. You're just going to go ahead and grab the ankle. The knees are next to each other. And you're just going to hold here. Then the next stretch is for your calves. And what you'll do is you'll just step back. Both feet are pointing straight forward. The back heel is on the ground. Bend the front knee. The back knee is straight. Just bend the front knee until you feel the stretch right here. You're just going to hold that. Now, if you want to also stretch the hip flexors at the same time, this is like a little added secret stretch here. You can go ahead and tilt your hips. Can you see my hips tilting? Like I'm a scared dog hiding its tail. So that will stretch the hip flexor of this leg that's in back. So you get the calf stretch and the hip flexor stretch at the same time. So you might as well do 2 for 1. Might as well. Just there's that. And then I'm going to do the buttock stretch. So you're going to lay down on your back, bring your knees to your chest and hug yourself. And get your knees a little bit wider so you can get on either side of your abdomen here. And then just bring your knees to your chest. That'll stretch your lower back and your hips, your buttocks. Adrienne, do you have any questions, or did I cover most of it?
It was definitely most of it. Would you also suggest doing the figure 4 with your legs when you're laying on the ground, where you put one on the other and then pull your
can,
legs?
yeah. You can do that. That's a minor muscle group, but yes, that's true. You can also do that in a seated position here, like this.
Yeah.
So this is a way to do it as well. So that gets your piriformis. That's a deep hip rotator muscle. So yes, that's beneficial as well. Good question.
Okay, so is DOMS created by lactic acid buildup in the muscles? Is that
it's muscle tear?
It's muscle
tear.
Okay.
Yeah, muscles just pull apart. That's what creates delayed onset muscle soreness.
My other question would be, you said you can't stretch too much, but then I think about like medieval torture racks.
Let me rephrase that. What I mean by too much is too often. You can't stretch too often. Not too much. You can stretch too much, yes.
What happens when we are stretching and we feel pain? Are we tearing our muscles, or when we?
Yes, correct. Okay. So yeah, you want to. It's your body's way of saying stop. It's actually tightening up, and it's not going to do you any good, because the muscle is resisting you. Once it gets to a pain part, it's going the opposite direction that you're going, and you want to stop before you actually pull something. Have you ever pulled a muscle?
To listen to our bodies. What?
It is. Have you ever pulled a muscle?
No, I don't think so. But yeah, I mean, I've gotten to those yoga classes or whatever where they're like, do this, make sure you're touching your toes. And I'm like, okay. In the beginning, I can't do it, and it hurts a lot. And I'm like, okay, well, should I keep doing this? But I generally listen to my body, because I know it's not good to go beyond.
Yeah. It's you just want to stay away from pain. It can be a little uncomfortable, which is fine, and it could be stretching, but there should be no sharp pain, and there shouldn't be any snapping sound either. So which is not good. Or pulling or pulling motion or pulling. Sometimes you can hear it. Sometimes it's just a feeling. So you want to stop just before that.
Everyone, we need to make sure that we take that extra 5 minutes roughly.
It doesn't take long,
right? Just do our.
It doesn't take long.
Okay, and part of this too is the post-exercise nutrition component. So I would like to guide you all on some things to eat for your maximum recovery. 1, protein. This is a priority in your post-workout meal. So you can have either lean protein sources like turkey or chicken, eggs, dairy, or you could do plant-based options like tofu if you want, beans, nuts, seeds. All of these are going to help you with stimulating muscle protein synthesis, and it helps kickstart the repair process, because we've torn our muscles and they're going to repair, but it helps to have protein as part of that. Of course, we also want to consider glycogen replacement, or like we'll use carbohydrates to help us restore our glycogen stores. And so you might want to consider having both protein and the carbohydrates. So this could be turkey with sweet potatoes. It could be quinoa with maybe some nuts, or chickpeas or something. some whole grains, brown rice with chicken. That's a common one. And that helps ensure that we get our energy levels back and ensures that our muscles are taken care of too. Perfect timing when it comes to post-exercise nutrition is generally within 30 minutes to an hour after activity. So after you've done your stretches and everything, get into the kitchen, either grab a snack or a meal that has both the carbohydrates and the protein. This is called the anabolic window, where things are starting to repair and grow. So you want to capitalize on that, especially if you're trying to build more muscle, right? Of course, we don't want to leave water out. This is so basic that a lot of people will skip over this, but we are sweating generally a decent amount during our workouts, and we need to replenish all of that lost fluid. So in addition to saying, okay, well, the general rule is half your body weight in ounces of water. You also want to consider the conditions, how long you've been exercising, your age, temperature outside that you've been working out in. All of that is really important because you might need to hydrate even more. And especially if you've lost weight, you don't have to weigh yourself on the scale, but it does give you an indication of how many fluids you've lost if you do like an intense soccer game or something. Also, when you are properly hydrated, you are getting all of the things we're talking about in terms of macronutrients and micronutrients into the cells where they belong. So that's one of the roles of water, as well as detoxification, just moving things around, making sure that we have overall cellular wellness. So protein and carbohydrates I talked about. What we don't want to leave out healthy fats, because they help with sustained energy and they support our overall recovery. And you can just have omega-3 fatty acids found in maybe some flax seeds that you put into some quinoa. You can have salmon, you can have nuts, you can have avocados. There are a number of different healthy fat sources. So this is not go eat a milkshake or blizzard or something to your workout. That's not what we want to do for that. Yeah. And again, a huge part of this, and we'll say this numerous times, is personalization is definitely key, because you're going to have your own dietary preferences. You might have allergies or food sensitivities. You're going to have different fitness goals than your neighbor, your cousin, etc. Yeah. And so we need to craft your perfect post-workout meal, which might be a smoothie, if that's what you prefer and you're in a warmer climate. It could be chicken and vegetable stir fry. It could be a plant-based bowl. And all of these need to align with your tastes and your dietary requirements. So that's basically how you're going to help yourself recover, both flexibility wise and post-workout recovery for your muscles and your glycogen stores. Any questions that you have, Ken?
No questions I have, but I do have a comment. If you're gonna, we mentioned this before, you mentioned it several times before, and I think it's a great idea. If you don't feel like you want to start exercising or start eating right or whatever, pick one thing that you want to do. And what I mean by that is, if let's say, for instance, your low back is tight, but just stretch your hamstring. Just stretch one thing, and see the difference it makes over time. And you have to be consistent. You can't just do it once and say, "Oh, I'm fixed." It doesn't work that way. But you have to do it on a consistent basis, and over the weeks, you'll see that maybe your back doesn't hurt as much, or maybe your feet hurt. Maybe you stretch your calves. Your neck hurts. Stretch your chest. Something, something like that, and you'll feel better, and you'll feel like doing more. Hopefully, so. That's what I would recommend. What about you, Adrienne?
I would definitely say the same thing with regards to nutrition. Like, if you know you're not drinking enough water, start there before you try to get all fancy and make the perfect post-workout snack. Just pick one thing. Yeah. And it makes it easier. And I know, your favorite thing, and I agree with it, is consistency, right? You don't want to just stretch once after one of your workouts and say, okay, I did that. Might do this again next month.
I'm done for the next year, for the year.
Yeah, exactly. It only takes a couple of minutes anyway.
It does.
So definitely try one or more of these ideas that we have for you. You're going to feel a lot better after your workout, regardless. And True. If there are any topics or questions that you have, please leave a comment, like and subscribe. And then we will look forward to seeing you next week for our next topics. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
We have a 90-day VIP program, and this is all about knee surgery prep and recovery. So we want to make sure that you have the best outcomes by having your own virtual personal trainer and your own dietitian nutritionist who's going to help coach you. So by integrating these services that we're going to offer with your doctor's care, you will have a lot of potential benefits, including customized diet and exercise plans to help you get ready for the surgery, and then afterwards the surgery, dealing with things like inflammation or limited mobility and how to get that strength back into the knee, for example, and the muscle surrounding it. We can also help create routines that focus on strengthening certain specific muscles, like I said, reducing inflammation and excess weight to help your knees not be so stressed out. And we're also going to improve flexibility and enhance your overall health. What else are we going to do, Ken?
Well, yeah, you said a lot. That's good. Injury prevention and rehabilitation for sure. If you're getting scheduled for knee replacement, let's just say, you want to strengthen those muscles around the joint so that it's easier for you to recover. So the stronger the muscle is before you go in, the easier it is to rehabilitate that, because it's already programmed. It's already programmed in the muscle and the nerves and so forth. So it's a good thing. You want that. Your muscles want that. They desire that, and the rehabilitation will be so much easier. And with a trainer specifically, we can guide you. I can guide you through the proper form and techniques in reducing your risk of further injury as well. So, what else you got, Adrienne?
Another great benefit of this program is that we do everything virtually, so you can get your virtual health coaching and your virtual personal training, so that you can do it from home, from your couch.
Don't have to go anywhere. Don't have to go anywhere for sure. Yeah, that leads into motivation and accountability. So we provide personal one-on-one motivation and support, and regular check-ins, and we track your progress and set you up with goals and make sure that you're on track and making the progress that you need to make in order to go forward.
And a key part of this is that it's holistic too. So there's a difference between going to our doctors or orthopedic surgeons and getting news that we're going to get a surgery, and then just kind of like prepping in terms of having some meals made or people to kind of help out. But what you really want is to have this combined dietary part and this personal training part along with your doctor, so that you have all three on your team. And by doing this, clients can have better posture, they can lose weight, reduce inflammation and pain, have increased strength and overall well-being. So you are like hitting the ground running. So you're prepping, you get the surgery, and then you're done and you have support to just get on with the rest of your life. So right. I think it's a great program.
I do too.
And it's only $14.97 for the whole 90-day program. And it includes one-on-one support with your nutrition coach and also your personal trainer. You'll get 9 sessions total. And we are here to help you thrive.
Yes, we are.